Welcome back to another live and amplified Indie Fusion podcast. I'm your host, Tom Quiet, and we are back at it again with another amazing podcast. Today, we have a very special guest joining us. We have McKenna from Prior Noon. How's it going today?
It is going well. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. It feels like this has been in the works for a little bit, maybe not quite as long as I think, but excited to have you here.
Yeah, it's been on the
So,
calendar. I've been looking forward to it.
sweet. So, how's that? So, you're up in Michigan. You're going to school at Western Michigan, but you're originally from Grand Rapids. How's everything going?
It's going really well. We just came off of a really busy summer of tour dates, and we had um, pretty much every weekend, if not every other weekend, full of shows, and it has been a blast. And so I just moved back to school, and the guys are up still in Grand Rapids, but we've got a few more shows left, and so I'm just trying to soak in all those moments as much as possible.
How's it been trying to balance all that? Obviously, school has only a couple of weeks in, but how's it been balancing all that?
I take on a full course load at school. I'm a full-time student. So this month particularly, it's a little busier, but that's what we wanted. That's what I signed up for, and I'm psyched about it, to be honest. It's just a balancing act.
Fair, very fair. So, for you personally, where does music kind of come into play? Is it something that's kind of always been in your life from like your mom and dad, or was it something you kind of found later on your own?
I would definitely say that my family is very musical, and we surrounded ourselves with lots of other musical people. I was in all kinds of music camps and like theater camps, drama camps. My dad was in a rock band, and he actually opened up for Kansas one year, and they did very well. And I've definitely grew up in a loud music blaring in every corner of the room kind of household, and I liked it. It worked out for me. So
Fair. When did you kind of start to realize that music was a talent that you had or something that you wanted to pursue?
I think when we started, honestly, at those like youth arts camps or any kind of place where we had a recital, like the feeling of being on stage and singing something that you feel like your heart is connected to, and you feel like people are enjoying what like you are giving them in terms of entertainment. And I don't know, it makes me I feel very like joyful and energized, and that's the biggest thing. Like this is so much fun for me, and it's so much fun for the guys as well, and it just totally keeps our momentum going because we are so excited and so energized by performing. And so once I felt that kind of like, hey, that's something that you love doing, and I think if you keep practicing, like you're gonna get better. So
Hmm.
let's just see how far I can take it. And it's been a lot of fun. I've made a lot of friends. I've learned a lot of lessons through music and performing. So yeah, it's a big part of who I am,
Nice. I would say definitely hold on to that love and whatever it is that keeps that fire burning,
for
don't let
sure.
that go. Like whether it's the traveling and you just like travel, like whatever it is, just kind of hold on to that one because the second it becomes a drag, it's not any fun anymore.
Right.
So,
Yep.
uh, so you said you kind of got your start doing like the youth camps or like after school programs, I guess would probably be the other way to kind of word that one. Um, when did you start as was that when you kind of started writing your own music as well, or was that after you kind of got out of the traditional school programs?
Um, well, I forgot to mention that I took piano lessons, and when I could start playing piano on my own, I started writing songs. That's I think
Hmm.
where I started, and then I played guitar later. But yeah, I think I just started writing songs when I could like get out what I was feeling in
Hmm.
words, and yeah, piano is where it started for me. And then it took a while to be able to like share it with others because I mean, songwriting is can be so personal, but sometimes those are the best ones, the ones that are extra close to your heart. And if they relate with people or people relate with them, that makes it worth it.
For
So
sure.
yeah.
100%. And how long, so you're the lead singer for Prior Noon. How long have y'all been playing together? Yeah.
We started about 2020 and 21, um, there was they actually the guys had a band on their own before I came in, and that's where they named the group Prior Noon. And then one day we all were going to the same church, and they invited me over for a bonfire, like jam session as we call it. And I just started singing with them, and it was super fun for me. I was like, hey, can I join? And they're like, yes, yes, you can. So then, yeah, it's been about 4 years of us trying to
Nice.
figure out where our next moves are.
Nice. So you kind of came together, I guess that would probably be like middle of the pandemic, right?
Yeah, yep.
Nice. Nice. And were you going to school at that point, or were you just getting ready to go into
I
college?
was, let's see, I was finishing up being a junior in high school.
Mhm.
So I'm a senior in college right now. So yeah, around junior, senior year, we started doing it.
Nice. Nice. Are you looking forward to graduating college?
Oh, you have no idea. I'm very much looking forward to the finish line. But it's really not like a finishing line. I just feel like it's just a different door that I'm gonna walk through. I'm excited for the next part of my life.
Nice, nice. As long as you always got music there, I guess that's the key to it all at this point.
Yeah.
So
And I did pick a profession where I will have music all around me all the time. So
nice. Awesome, awesome. And so prior new, you mentioned that you joined, it was a was it a pre-existing band or did they just kind of reorganized the band and brought you in? How did that one kind of play out?
They were legit. They had a group and they had played a show at a local cafe,
Mm,
and but yeah, I guess yeah, I don't know. I just kind of fit in really well,
mhm.
and it kind of I don't know, it clicked. So
Yeah. Gotcha. That's cool. I had to clarify because I didn't know if they were like reorganizing the band anyways, and then you kind of came in, or if they were just kind of jamming and didn't consider themselves a band, So
yeah, I think at the time they were open to whatever felt good.
mhm.
Like we were just trying to figure it out and
Fair,
have fun.
fair. And here you are now, you're speaking for the entire band as a whole.
I am, Lord be with me. I am speaking on
Fair.
behalf of all of them.
Nice. So when you came in, was there like an adjustment that you had to make as a musician, as a performer, like going from doing your own thing, being playing piano, playing guitar, by yourself to joining a band? Was there like an adjustment that you had to make?
I would say there's it's more like a fine tuning because you have to be unified in your group's sound. And honestly, in our band, like we have I mean Joe, our rhythm guitarist, he is more like rock kind of alternative
Mhm.
style where I love everything. And then we have some people in our group that are more like country and more 2010 country. Um, so it's just I think the adjusting was just trying to figure out what kind of sound, and honestly we're still adjusting because it's such an
Okay.
ongoing process, but us trying to figure out what represents all of us and what are we best at and what showcases all of our individual talents.
Mm,
So that was the adjusting, I think, because it
fair.
wasn't I mean it was fun. Like I had grown up with all of them. They're all a little bit older than I am, but yeah, we've definitely become closer.
Fair. Very fair. So the adjustment more was for the entire band to kind of figure out the structure and all that stuff, not necessarily anything that you had to personally do.
I think that's correct.
Fair. Cool, cool, cool. And so um from there you guys just kind of started hitting the road and playing shows, or how does that kind obviously in the middle of the pandemic it makes things a little bit interesting. I don't know how it was in Michigan, but yeah.
Yeah, things are pretty locked down. But I mean, Drew, our bassist, and he's kind of like our manager. He does a lot
Mhm,
of like behind the scenes work. He started reaching out to venues and people, and we did in the beginning we started playing a lot of open houses
mhm.
and like private parties and anything we could get honestly to get us more experience and exposure and because we've never done like the traveling band. All of us have done like worship bands and
Mhm.
like for church and other things like that. But yeah, we just kind of took anything that we could get and just kept learning on what opportunities suited us better.
Mm.
But yeah, yep.
Nice. Now, you being the lead singer and whatnot, are you handling a lot of the creative element, like the creative, like writing and all that, or is it more of a communal thing?
I would say the songs that we have released out right now, Drew, our bassist, he a lot of the times what happens is he will come up with an idea. He's really good at like writing every day and
Mhm.
like giving us like shooting out like 10 ideas, and then we in our group chat we like each one of us puts in our little individual thoughts, and then we'll get in groups of like 3, like me, Nick, our electric guitarist, our lead guitarist. We'll kind of mess around with the melody and the instrumentation, so it really is a group effort. But honestly, it depends on the song. Like, yeah, a lot of the times I'm in charge of like changing lyrics and melodies and kind of fit them into a place where, as a singer, I know I can sing them, because
Mm.
it's different than thinking as an instrumentalist. You don't always think about how the singer will feel singing this, or if this is like a, I don't know, I don't want to get into like technicalities, but
Yeah.
yeah, it is a group effort. But the songs that we have out, yeah, it's mostly like one person has an idea, we take our individual thoughts, put it in that, and then we, keep revising it
Yeah.
until we like it.
So it's everybody in it together at this point. So
Yeah, yep.
nice. And so leading into that question, where you guys kind of at creatively right now? I know you released a song earlier this year and you've been focusing really heavily on shows, it seems like. Where are you kind of at creatively right now?
We, yes, we are finishing up our shows for the summer. We're also really trying to dial in on a lot of our demo ideas, because
Hmm.
we are planning and we have studio dates set in the calendar for October. And so our hopes are to record 2 songs and then release them after that. And we're really excited about it. I think, honestly, I think we're getting better and better. And yeah, we're gonna definitely be putting out some new music.
Nice. That's really cool. And so you'll be going back to Grand Rapids to record, or do you guys have somewhere else that you guys like to go?
Our producer and mixer and master, they, we actually found someone in Rockford, which
Okay.
is kind of, yeah, I don't know if yeah, I don't know if anybody's gonna be familiar with Rockford, but we have been to Nashville to record, and that was a super cool experience. But we're lucky enough to find somebody who is extremely talented and can do all these things a little bit closer to us.
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't have to travel that far.
Fair. When you said Rockford, I was like, boy, that's because there's a Rockford, Illinois that's in like the
Oh,
northern
right.
northern suburbs, and that's technically where I was born. And
Oh, gotcha.
you said Rockford, and I'm like, wait a minute, wait, you found a good producer, and then you said, okay,
Oh,
then I started putting
yeah,
in
you never
two.
heard of them?
No, never, no. And then you started putting and I started putting two and two together. Oh, Rockford, Michigan. There is one of those as well. Just
Yes.
so no, that's cool,
Clarification,
right?
Michigan.
Oh, and so you guys just kind of convene there because it's convenient for all parties involved and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice. So as you're kind of approaching this, like you're obviously balancing school, trying to finish up these shows, but you're also still very in the creative zone of trying to get music together so you can go in and record. Um, where's your headspace at right now, trying to balance all? Because obviously it's a lot just in general to coming into your senior year of college, but you add on, oh, we got shows. Oh, we're trying to get more music recorded. What's running through your mind personally, like right now?
My brain is a bit scattered because I'm so excited about all of the things going on
Mhm.
in my life personally and who we are as a band. I think we're getting more excited about. But in my mind, I'm trying to think of, okay, if I'm not able to give 100%, 100% of the time, I still need to give 100% of what I can into that percentage that I can give at that time.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's
Yeah.
tracking, but
Yeah.
um, it's just doing 100% of what you can do and doing it to your best ability is so important. So I'm just trying to keep my priorities straight, and yeah, it's a balancing act. But I mean, there are worse things in life to be balancing than
Right.
band stuff and school stuff, and it's all fun opportunities.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you're still young. You can survive those long road trips and all that fun stuff. I mean,
Love them. I love
I yeah,
them.
I still do it. I don't do it as often as I used to, but nowadays, like every once a month or so, I'll go on like a 12, 14 hour road trip just to kind of keep the practice. I hate calling it practice because that feels really weird, but just to like get out and do something a little bit different. So
Yeah, new inspiration
right.
everywhere you go.
Yeah, absolutely. So outside of music, what obviously school and whatnot, but when you get 2 minutes to like decompress or whatever, what do you like to do outside of music?
Um, this summer I've really enjoyed reading and spending a lot of time outside. I love being outside. I love being active. I have kind of been a pickleball nerd and like beach volleyball all summer. Um, but I also, if I'm being so real, I just like to sleep. I will be sleeping if I ever have time. But I don't know. I like reading. I like watching documentaries, and obviously I can't get away from music. I just can't turn it down. So music is always in my headphones, whether it's like
Okay,
instrumental piano or I don't know, rock.
fair, very fair. Have you watched any good documentaries recently?
Ooh, recently, no, and I should get on that. I should fix that, but I always love them. They're so good. I
Nice.
like the true crime ones.
Yeah, I've been get I get was in a phase where I'd listen to a lot of the true crime podcasts, but then I freaked myself out one day where I was listening to a true crime podcast and the city that it happened in was the city I was driving through.
Ooh,
And I was just like, I'm good. Thank you.
hmm
And so I
I'm
turned it
gonna
off.
keep driving.
Yep. It's like, I gotta go to the bathroom, but I'm gonna
Not
wait.
that bad.
Yep, I'm gonna wait. And then I just stopped listening to him because I was like, that's gonna happen more and more now, and I'm good. So I don't need to
Yep.
know.
Yeah.
So
You have to leave the lights on when you listen to them. It's too real.
right, right, right. And then you'd mentioned that you always enjoy listening to music and whatnot. Who are you listening to right now that's really like creatively inspiring you right now? Like who's like, damn, that's good shit right there.
I have always felt this way, and I think I will until I die and after. But Chris Stapleton is one of my main like idol artists. I love him. Recently, I've been listening to a lot of Ella Langley. She
Mhm.
just put out an album, and man, she's good. I love Casey Musgraves. I love Brandy Carlisle, Backseat Lovers. I kind of go back and forth between like pop, rock, and
Mhm.
like alternative, and then a lot of country. I love Carrie Underwood. Miranda Lambert is always on my playlist. So any one of those.
What's the most obscure like artist or song that you have on your Spotify playlist right now?
Oh gosh, that is a phenomenal question. Obscure. I think the one that there's one by Snoop Dogg, and it's
Okay.
his daily affirmations ones, and it's like I think it's meant for children. But sometimes I pop that on just when I
Fair,
feel low.
fair. I was
Yeah, I
I was
think that's.
I was waiting for you to say something like Power Man 5000. It's just like some really obscure new metal band from the mid 2000s.
Mm.
So, yeah,
I've definitely got a few screamo songs in there.
fair. Fair, fair. And so then kind of looking forward to, I guess technically it's fall now. I don't even know, but because it was like 100 degrees this weekend, so it's still summer to me. But what's kind of the plan once you get wrapped up with the rest of these shows? Obviously focusing on the new music, but are you going to be playing shows through the fall and the winter, or are you going to kind of take this time to focus on recording?
we're definitely gonna put most of our energy into writing and taking some time to make sure that we're all on the same page in terms of what the next year looks like
Mhm.
and how to make it the best for everybody. But definitely, like, we're making plans for the future, and we're gonna really try to keep this going as far as we can, and just try to write more and you know just gotta live a little bit.
Yep. I will say the living part is a really underappreciated aspect of things because without living, you don't get inspiration. So
Absolutely, you gotta have the original experiences.
absolutely.
So.
But I think as long as you guys keep on this track, the sky's the limit. You know, I've been listening to your music for the last several weeks or so, and I just can't stop. So you guys are
Oh, well,
doing
thank
something.
you.
So
Hey,
but
it's fun.
right? Yeah, absolutely. And I think as long as you guys kind of keep out on the road, because honestly, that's the huge issue this day and age is how do independent bands make money? Like, because obviously you got to pay for the gas and all that stuff.
Hmm.
And I think focusing on shows is the way to kind of be right now.
Yeah, that's kind of why we pack our summers because
Hmm.
that's the time when we're all closest. And I mean, that's the time when people have lots of like outdoor concerts. So that's kind of where we get most of our funding from is, and then we use that to record later, a couple months later. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's our process. So
So does the music scene kind of close down come like November, December in Michigan, or is it pretty active all year?
I think I think it could be both. I think it's whatever you seek out and make plans for. We try to not be as busy during those months because of school and
Mm-hmm.
family times and just all of the holidays. And then you start getting Christmas music
Yeah.
on the radio. So there's like nobody's listening to anything else, obviously. But so yeah, we do kind of like to give a little break
Mm-hmm.
during these months. So.
Sure. So no prior noon Christmas song coming anytime soon?
Listen, I can't give away any spoilers. No, but that would be cool. We do have a video on our YouTube channel, and we did three Christmas songs
Mhm.
acoustically, and that's pretty fun. So
Yeah,
check those out.
we will. We will. I'll be sure to specifically put one of the Christmas songs in the description below just for
Perfect.
because come October 31st, Christmas music just comes out because like internationally they don't have anything until Christmas after Halloween. So it's just like, Christmas music, let's go.
Yep.
So
My mom does not let us turn on the radio or when we were living in her house. She does not let us turn on the radio for Christmas music until December 1st or after Thanksgiving.
mhm.
And I think that's reasonable.
Yeah. Well, my dad's a little bit more extreme because his birthday is December 19th.
Okay.
And after my mom had passed a few years back, he was like, okay, we're not talking about Christmas until December 20th. We are going to wait until my birthday is gone and then we could talk about Christmas. And I'm like, at that point, Christmas is already here. So it's like, what's the point of even decorating, So.
We decorate for his birthday, and then conveniently they're the same decorations.
Right? That's so funny. But I really appreciate your time. If anybody wants to check out Prior Noon, your music, shows, social media, all that fun stuff, where's the best place to find you?
Honestly, anywhere. If you search Prior Noon, we should be the only things that pop up. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, anywhere where you listen to music, we're there. So,
Awesome,
yeah,
awesome. And then before we wrap this up, what's one piece of advice you'd give to the young musicians out there?
I would say just keep practicing and don't be afraid to let yourself make a lot of mistakes. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. But the most important thing is to be centered in who you are and then just have so much fun from there.
Absolutely, 100% agreed. But
Yeah.
McKenna, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate your time. Hopefully next time the rest of the boys could join us. And actually, we'd have to do that one in person because I think having five people try and talking at once would get a little hectic on Zoom. So
Yeah,
Well,
I
well,
agree. It's a lot of
well,
fun. It would be
yeah.
fun.
Oh yeah. We'll have to figure that one out in the future here. But I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and we will catch you all later.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.